Hey everybody, I have a video here for you today, and this is a subject I want to kind of put to bed before I get on to some other topics, and I'm kind of slowly and painstakingly putting together a few videos that are pretty important, but it is a slow process. But this is a subject I want to put to rest today. In the face of the Sphinx, I have said it is Thutmoses IV, and this is a constant debate in the comments section in some of my videos, and today I just want to give you the closest thing to proof as I can, the way we would identify a face today. But this video here, John Anthony West full interview with Joe Rogan, I uploaded this a few days ago, and John Anthony West goes over how he had, I believe, a New York police officer who is an expert in forensic drawings and stuff like that, comparative analysis, did this comparative angles of the face of the Sphinx and who the Egyptologists say is on the Sphinx, and it just doesn't match. So we know that that is wrong. It is not the face of Khafre on the Sphinx, and I say it is Thutmoses IV. And I found it interesting. Joe Rogan asked John Anthony West if it is Thutmoses IV face on the Sphinx, and I believe I am really the only one that have stated that. And if anybody can find any other links that other people have said it's Thutmoses IV face, please leave that. I would be highly interested to read it. But everything I have done in research as far as comparative analysis and ancient text, it tells me it is Thutmoses IV face. But how we identify a face today, and stuff you really can't argue with, and probably the best proof that it is Thutmoses IV, I just want to show you this. And first, let's just listen to a tiny bit from the Joe Rogan Experience.
See that with Frank Domingo, who was the NYPD. Well, he was a senior forensic artist for the NYPD. The guy who knows about physiognomy. So he did a study of the comparative faces of the Sphinx and of the Sphinx. That's the one on the right. And Pharaoh Khafre, his conclusion was that no artist, no competent artist or sculptor could possibly have used the same model for the face of the Sphinx as for the Khafre face.
Right.
Khafre face, and there's a few Khafre faces floating around.
Now here is a video that I did a few months back, the Sphinx face Pharaoh. Don't try to say that fast 3 times. But here I did a side view comparison, and this really shocked me. Everything matched up perfectly. The top of the head, the chin, the eyes, where the nose would be on the Sphinx, everything seemed to match up perfectly. And when you have text coming from the Sphinx stela, in case you're not familiar, Thutmoses supposedly had a discussion with the Sphinx, this great god, and the Sphinx tells Thutmoses, "My heart is yours, my face is yours." So the Sphinx is telling Thutmoses that the Sphinx face is Thutmoses IV. That's what it says on the dream stela. And we had a beard found, the remains of a beard found, and experts have said that was carved in the 18th dynasty, exactly the time Thutmoses IV uncovered the Sphinx, did restoration, and built a temple. And sometimes the answer is the most easily explained. Thutmoses IV did restoration on the Sphinx, and I believe in his memory of that, he put his face on the Sphinx just because his face matches, the text matches, opportunity matches, reasons for doing it matches. And by the way, Thutmoses IV, his story seems to echo one other famous Moses character. There is dispute between Thutmoses IV and his brother of who is actually heir to the throne. He supposedly has a talk with God under a burning object, and it's described as the burning midday sun. He gets the word of God written by the fingertip of God on some tablets, supposedly, and this is the dream stela. So that story echoes one other Moses in history, and I don't think that's a coincidence. But everything we know about the face of the Sphinx can be related to Thutmoses IV in archaeology, in comparison, in text. Now let's get down to some identification here. You notice how this angle goes right by the corner of the eye, goes through the top of the head, and out through the front of the chin. Now, using that pic of Thutmoses IV, we'll use that same angle on the mummy. Top of the head, corner of the eye, front of the chin. And actually the corner of the eye is right here, so this line should be moved over slightly to the right. And it matches up with the front of the chin, corner of the eye, to the pic of the mummy of Thutmoses IV. The angle of the face on the Sphinx is the same angle as the pic of Thutmoses IV mummy. This is the closest thing to a positive identification as you can get, because this is how we identify people today. So we have the greatest shrine in the world, and the standard model of history has not been able to identify what it was originally and whose face is on it. And the bigger the mystery, the more I like it. And even before I did the photographic analysis, motive, opportunity, and text telling me it was most likely Thutmoses IV. And after I compared those pics, it seemed to confirm everything that I was thinking. And especially when you do the forensic analysis of the angles of the face, how we would identify a face today positively, and that matches. So I just think that everything I have been originally thinking about Thutmoses IV face being on the Sphinx has been corroborated by my research. I just wanted to show you this and include everything I could. We have experts saying that a beard was found here and it was carved during the 18th dynasty by something that was here originally. And here we see the Sphinx in the Nemes headdress of ancient Anubis I showed you in those very ancient depictions coming from Egypt. But experts have said the beard was carved in the 18th dynasty by something that was here previously. So if you have a beard being carved in the 18th dynasty, you're going to have the face being carved too. But what was here originally? Well, that's up for anybody's speculation. But the Sphinx, the face today, I believe it was Thutmoses IV. Just because he had motive, opportunity, the text seems to echo it. Comparative analysis seems to echo it. And forensic testing, how we would ID a face today, seems to confirm it. So, a great mystery. Whose face is on the Sphinx? You got my opinion there. It is Thutmoses IV. Hope you thought that was interesting. That's why you subscribed to me. And you all have a very nice day.